That was the phrase etched in Daniel Reyes's heart the day he hung up his military uniform and picked up the white belt his young daughter handed him with trembling hands. Daniel was a single dad, a veteran who carried both scars and silence from his years of service. His daughter, Lily, was his anchor. She was 8 years old, small for her age, but bold enough to sign them both up for karate at the local dojo after seeing a flyer on the community board. "Daddy," she had said, clutching the paper, "maybe this will help you smile again." And so it began, and not as a quest for trophies or belts, but as a promise between a father and his little girl. Meanwhile, across town, the Rivera twins saw Julian and Marcusa were making headlines. Identical brothers with slick suits, gleaming cars, and billion-dollar smiles, they had built an empire out of fitness centaurs and martial arts franchises. Their slogan was everywhere: "Power is pride." They weren't just CEOs, they were former karate champions, basking in their glory days and flaunting their strength on social media. Every move they made dripped with arrogance. Every post boasted about dominance. So when whispers began spreading in the local dojo about the humble single dad who trained quietly and consistently, the twins took notice. Daniel never bragged. He showed up to class, bowed respectfully, and practiced with calm intensity. When sparring partners got frustrated, he simply smiled and offered encouragement, and when his daughter tripped or faltered, he didn't push her harder. He knelt, wiped her tears, and whispered, "Courage isn't never falling, it's standing back up." That humility sparked curiosity. Soon, local parents and even young fighters started comparing Daniel's grace to the Rivera twins' bravado. Rumors turned into comments. Comments turned into challenges. And the twins, they couldn't stand being overshadowed, and not even for a moment. One Saturday afternoon, the Rivera brothers marched into Daniel's dojo. Their entourage filmed every step, their designer just gleaming white. Phones came out, kids whispered, and Lily clung to her father's hand. "Praise," Julian sneered. "We've heard enough of your bedtime story karate. Let's see what you've really got." "Yeah," Marcus added with a smirk. "Step on the mat. Show your daughter what a real fighter looks like." The room went silent. All eyes turned to Daniel, who bowed politely. "Karate," he said softly, "is not about pride, it's about dignity. But if you wish to spar, I'll accept." The match began. The twins moved with aggression, fast, powerful, precise but reckless with ego. They lunged with flying kicks and booming shouts meant to intimidate. Daniel, however, flowed like water. He sidestepped, redirected, blocked with calm precision. His movements carried no anger, only control. "Stand still and fight," Julian barked, frustrated as his strikes met only air. Daniel shook his head. "Fighting isn't about proving who's stronger. It's about protecting what matters." With each exchange, the twins grew sloppier, their pride unraveling in front of the crowd. Daniel, meanwhile, remained centered, his eyes flickering once to Lily, who was watching with hope in her trembling smile. And then it happened. Julian charged recklessly. Marcus followed, both aiming to overwhelm him together. With one fluid motion, Daniel redirected Julian's kick, sending him sprawling, and pivoted to sweep Marcus cleanly off his feet. The dojo erupted. Gasps, silence, then applause. The twins lay stunned on the mat, their pride shattered, their cameras still rolling. Daniel bowed deeply, then offered each brother a hand to stand. They hesitated, then accepted, their faces red with something they hadn't felt in years: humility. "Strength," Daniel said, looking them in the eyes, "means nothing without respect. Pride fades, dignity endures." For the first time, the Rivera twins had no snappy comeback. They simply bowed in return. That night, Daniel and Lily walked home hand in hand under the soft glow of streetlights. She looked up at him, eyes shining. "Daddy, broken bar, you didn't fight to win, you fought to teach." He smiled, the weight in his chest finally lifting. "Exactly, sweetheart, and that's what kata and life is all about." Weeks later, the twins quietly changed the slogan of their empire. Billboards that once shouted "Power is pride" now read, "Power is dignity." But Daniel never bragged, never posted, never boasted. He simply kept training with his daughter, bowing before every lesson, living the truth he already knew: karate is not about pride, it's about dignity.